Hello my juicy peaches, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jackie Lane, aka Priestess Peaches from yourpeachylife.com, if you're new here. So this video, I just wanted to, can I just say I'm really sorry about the lighting. I don't have a ring light yet, and I'm sat at a window, but it's actually dark outside, so a bit pointless really, but never mind. As I said in my other videos, I'm kind of getting over perfectionism. Not that I'm like a major perfectionist, but I do let these things stop me, and I've just decided not to. So yeah, just excuse the setup here. This isn't like my ideal setup, but I'm just feeling really inspired to speak with you and share things with you. So yeah, I want to share with you why I love my jade egg and my jade egg practice. And I want to get really real and be authentic with you about all of this, because I've been on a journey, as many of you know. If you followed me for a while, or if you know me on Facebook, you will know the journey that I've been on. And I started using the jade egg about 5 years ago, and I took Saida Desile's Jade Egg Mastery course. That is the course that I took to learn the jade egg and how to use the jade egg and everything about my female anatomy. It's amazing. I love that course. If you're interested to take that course, by the way, I do have an affiliate link. I am a advocate for Saida. It's the only physician, why can't I say that word? Like, it's endorsed by people who know what they're talking about. And it's the only one, the only jade egg course in the world that is endorsed by physicians. I can't say that word today. I don't know why. Sometimes that happens where I can't actually English and it's my own language, and it's really weird. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description box below if you want to take the Jade Egg Mastery course. I highly recommend it. I would never be an advocate or an affiliate for anything that I haven't done myself or that I don't really freaking rate. So her course is amazing, and she also sells the nephrite jade, Canadian nephrite jade eggs, and they're really high quality, and I recommend that you do get a high quality one, because there's a lot of fake jade out there. There's a lot of fake jade eggs out there, and it is really also important to use, well, from what I know, it's important to use jade because it is not a very porous stone, and it's not going to crack, and it's not going to explode inside of you, because there's been awful stories of women using either fake jade or other stones and other crystals inside their yoni and it cracking or even exploding when it heats up. You don't want to do that. You want to use a very hardy stone, and the jade is very good for that. So anyway, yeah, so I started using the jade egg about 5 years ago, and I wasn't using it very often, and every time I used it, I found a lot of stuff would come up for me, and I would have to use it very sparingly to start with. I didn't really understand why at the time, but for like 2 years, that's how it was. Like, I wasn't really using it loads. And then I started like proper jade egg practice, like decided to devote to it and actually like see what this was about and what was going on for me. And so I embarked on this course, and I basically, by using the jade egg, it led me to unearth childhood sexual trauma. It led me to unearth a lot of things that I had been suppressing for a very long time, and it was really synchronistic and magical and miraculous how that journey unfolded for me. It was like I was guided to certain people, certain situations, certain things happened, and it was all starting to come together, It was all making more and more sense to me. And then the penny dropped, and it was like a massive revelation to me, even though it was also devastation at the same time. It helped me. I felt a sense of relief because it all made sense to me, because because I had held this within me for so many years, and it was like weighing me down. It was this heavy energy within me that it was like a darkness within me that I thought was about me. Like I thought that I had this dark side. And because I used to be like a stripper, and I used to be really hypersexualized, and I used to be very promiscuous, and I used to be really into drugs, and like I just thought that I don't know, that there was just always something that I couldn't put my finger on, and like deep down I knew, and I didn't want to acknowledge it. I didn't want to acknowledge it. And using the jade egg really helped me to connect with my sexual self and connect with my yoni, and really get in touch with the parts of me that I had abandoned. And it just opened, you could say opened up a can of worms, but it didn't feel like that to me. It felt like it unearthed the answers to the questions that I had been asking my whole life. Like the question of, why do I feel these certain things? Why do I have these certain symptoms? Why have I got like these weird vibes around certain situations, like, and certain people? Like, what is this? Why do I feel like this? What is this? I used to ask that question all the time. What is this? And using the jade egg, not only did it help me understand that, like within myself, it unearthed, it like opened up, like physically as well, the trauma that had been stuck in me. And I did go through PTSD. I did go through a time of depression and PTSD, and it was really hard, not gonna lie. But I was ready to go on that journey, and I've actually just been through another like bout of that healing more recently, which has been really, like, it's been a time of deep integration for me, whereas the first time was like deep acknowledgement, you know. And so yeah, I did that and the jade egg really helped me with that whole journey. And I just listened to my body with it, and I utilized the egg as and when I felt called to, and I have a relationship with my jade egg. So, okay, not only has the jade egg helped me, but the Yoni wand, I have a rose quartz crystal Yoni wand, and it's like the jade egg really helped me to unearth things, release the trauma. It helped me to become dexterous within my yoni. It helped me to learn how to isolate muscles. It helped me to learn to tone and create suppleness. It helped me like really practically with those things. But I was still experiencing like pain. I was still experiencing like certain areas of numbness. I was still experiencing a lot of like anger, like emotional stuff. And I started to use the rose quartz crystal wand, and that opened up my pleasure channels. And it's like using both these tools really helped me to reawaken myself and come alive again. And also my own my own personal journey with this, with tantric practices, sacred sexuality practices, my own meditations. I created a whole course for myself. I created this course called Reawaken Your Yoni for myself, to go on this journey, to do exactly that, to reawaken my yoni, to heal from sexual trauma, to become sexually empowered and sexually expressed and ecstatic. And that's the journey I went on. And I created this course, and then I decided to properly create this course so that I could share it with other women. So I have a course called Reawaken Your Yoni. Doesn't go into how to use the jade egg or the wand, because I'm an advocate for Saida. So if you want to know about the jade egg, that's Saida. That's what she does. But this course is freaking life-changing, and many women have done it now and have given me such amazing feedback. And I really want to invite you to that course if that's something that if you're on this journey, if you've shut down sexually, or if you're hypersexualized, or if you're numb, or if you're experiencing pain, or if you're lacking desire, or if you've gone off your partner, or if you're, whatever your situation, Reawaken Your Yoni. It is a 6-week journey that guides you through. It's like how to understand the masculine and feminine energy dynamic, understand the what I call Shiva Shakti sexual energy dynamic, and it will take you on a journey of how to connect with yourself without touch, first of all, because if you are completely shut down, or if you have experienced trauma, or if there's anything like that coming up for you, then it's really important to start where you're at. So it's like I said, it's a 6-week journey, and each week it takes you through connecting, activating, awakening, exploring, healing, exploring, and expanding. Like, those are, you can check out on my website. Actually, I'll leave the link in the comment in the description box below, where you can go and have a look at the itinerary of that course, like the curriculum of that course. And if that appeals to you, then obviously I would highly recommend doing that. So yeah, I absolutely love the jade egg, and I absolutely love tantric practices, and I love sacred sexuality practices. I like to call them expansive sexual practices, because like, I wouldn't necessarily say that all, like, the practices that are in my course, I wouldn't say they're necessarily tantric practices, because they don't necessarily have to be linked to spirituality. It's more practical practices to reconnect with yourself. And you can also use those practices with your partner as well. So that's really awesome. So yeah, the jade egg has served me very, very well. It really, really helps. Like, the jade egg, the wand, and my own healing practices have just been absolutely incredible. And now, like, my Yoni is so alive. She is more alive than she's ever been. Like, I am experiencing pleasure like I've never felt before. And like, I used to date a guy back when, who I would get really drugged up with, and we would have like crazy sexual experiences together. And I always thought, like, I would never get to experience anything as good as that ever again. And it took a long time, like, after I came away from drugs and stripping and that hedonistic lifestyle, it took a really long time for me to awaken to my true pleasure, because drugs and sex, when you're on drugs and drinking, it's not true pleasure. Like, it's chemically induced and aided, and so it's not like organic, it's not pure, it's not like true, it's not coming from wholeheartedly from you. And so it's a different kind of pleasure. And I had to, it's always been a passion of mine. Pleasure, I'm a pleasure seeker. I'm a freedom seeker and a pleasure seeker. So it's always been a passion of mine, and I've always been a very sexually free person, like quite sensual, sexual person, just naturally. Like, it's in my nature. I think it's in everyone's nature, but some more than others. And I'm just naturally very sensual and sexual. And yeah, maybe that is stuff to do with my childhood as well. I don't know, but I've always been very activated in that way. And so for me, when I shut down, it was just so heartbreaking for me to not even desire to even touch myself. Like, it was so hard for me to go through that. And I've had to rewire myself and relearn or learn who I really am without drugs, and what sex really is, and like the empowered expression of sexual energy, and how I can actually utilize that practically with myself, with my partner. And Rory and I have been together 9 years. This will, like, 2020 is our 10 years together, so this is amazing. And yeah, we're just like over the moon that I am just sexually expressed now. And yeah, I'm discovering like more and more things about myself and about my sexuality and about my yoni. It's like infinite when you're on this path. This is the best thing about it. It is infinite. It's an infinite exploration. Hold on 2 secs. Yeah, sorry about that. It's an infinite discovery, and it's like infinite combinations of things, and like, oh, I just love it. And I really want all women to experience themselves like fully, their full pleasure potential. It's so important in this world right now for women to be sexually empowered, and for us to understand our bodies and ourselves. Like, it is so empowering, and it's not just empowering for each individual woman. This is like a collective thing that's happening, and it's so important for like our evolution as a species, and for our for us to thrive, like on Mother Earth. This is key, and I don't think people kind of realize how important it is. And yeah, I know I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she was saying how it's just not her passion, like she's just not that into it. And I'm like, it really like baffles me how women can go their whole lives without even knowing themselves, without even exploring their sexual potential and their pleasure potential and their orgasmic potential, like without even having a relationship with their most vulnerable, intimate parts of themselves. And like, it saddens me when women are apathetic about this, and when they've endured just like the mainstream expression of sex, and it's like for so long that they have become apathetic about it. And I really want women to wake up, to awaken, to reawaken themselves, and to become alive. And I know that there are tools, there are practices, there are people who can help you do that. So I just wanted to share this, and I'm going to leave the links in the description box for Saida and for my course as well. Like, they are like, my course has some of like the stuff that I learned with Saida in it, but it's not a Jade Egg course. And there's lots of other juicy information in that course, because I did lots of different courses, not just Saida's course. I did like Kim and Nami's Coming Together course. I did Ma Ananda Sarita's Master Lovers course. I took a tantric course for couples in Thailand with Rory. I took Saida Desilee's course. I did, what was it called? Oh my gosh, I did so many courses, and I was really like not gonna settle for sexual disempowerment. I wasn't gonna settle for that for myself or my relationship. And I knew that there was more to sex than what I had experienced, and like more to sex than even just like sexual gratification. Like, I just knew there was this whole other world that was just calling me, that I was yearning to discover. And I knew I had to heal myself in order to be able to explore that world. And if I can do that, I know that other women can. So yeah, I don't really know what to call this video actually, because I was going to talk about like the reasons I love my Jade Egg, but I've kind of gone off on like a complete like rant about everything, and just like shared so much with you. But yeah, I hope that's okay with you, and I hope that you found this useful. Like, yeah, I hope you found this useful, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm gonna go now because I'm rambling on and it's like 20 minutes. So I love you lots, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.